My name's Molly. I'm 10 and I've got an eye condition called Nystagmus. It's like your eyes go a bit wobbly sometimes and you don't really notice it, and you can find words a bit blurry sometimes.
I'm Shelley and I'm Molly's mum. Really early on, actually, I sort of noticed that Molly wasn't making eye contact with me. She couldn't maybe pick up small objects or recognise relatives from across the room. So at about 8 months, at the health visitor check, we were referred to an eye clinic, and there they told us that she had nystagmus, which I'd never heard of. You know, I assumed it was something you could cure, and they said, oh, she has this, she'll have it for life. And that was all the information that we had. I remember feeling quite stunned, actually, and not quite knowing what to do. I joined a parents group, like a local support group for children with different visual impairments, and eventually got a referral to Great Ormond Street that we asked for, and that's where they diagnosed her as having albinism. So that was the reason for her nystagmus. I think the biggest question was, what's Molly's world like? What can she see? And eventually we were referred to the eye hospital where they could test her vision. But obviously before she could speak, that was quite hard. They used symbols and Molly had to point at symbols. Preschool, the local sensory needs team would visit us at home and then at the nursery that she went to, and gave us lots of sort of quite general advice. As she's progressed to primary school, more things, it seems, need to be adapted because information becomes much more written, and I think Molly finds a lot of text quite tiring to read.
My favourite kind of font is big, and I have worksheets printed in yellow paper because I find it easier to see. I have something called a prodigy that helps me in class. Sometimes I write underneath it because I can read my writing, and like for worksheets I normally put that under, take a photo and read it. I use my iPad as well because like, I zoom in and stuff, and has some apps on that I use.
On your marks, set, go!
I like athletics and hockey, so yeah, they're my favourite sports.
I'm Helen Hausdorfer, I'm Learning Support Assistant, and I also coordinate the running club. Molly loves running, and to help her with her running, we have some things. For example, she runs on the inside of the track following the strongest line round, and when she's involved in competitive cross-country events, we have a guide runner to highlight any obstacles in her path.
So Molly doesn't seem to think of herself as having any eye condition, and she adapts to it without ever really thinking about it. So she will tilt her head to find the null point, which is the point where the nystagmus is dampened down, and she does that without really knowing it.
When I went to get my passport photo taken, I thought I was facing forward, but he said that I was facing to the side, so I turned my head without noticing.
The sight she does have, she uses really well, and although her sight won't improve, it won't deteriorate either. So she is only improving in that she's learning how to adapt things, and we are learning how to adapt things for her to make life easier for her. And there's been nothing at all she's wanted to do that she's not been able to do.
For more information about nystagmus and other eye conditions, visit rnib.org.uk/eyehealth or call our helpline on 0303 123 9999.
RNIB, supporting people with sight loss.